Hello, everybody. Welcome to the StackSats Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Matthew in the house. Let's go. Round of applause from the live studio audience. Thanks for tuning in, Matt. Leonard, got Leonard in the house. What up, Leonard? Let's go. McLovin in the house. Man, what up, family? This is awesome. Glad you're here, Matt. So, Matt, today, since it is your first time here on the show and you've subscribed because you're chatting, we're gonna send you 1,000 sats. Okay, all subscribers to the show get 1,000 sats until I go broke. Just kidding. So if you want to receive your 1,000 sats, put your Lightning address in the chat in the following format. In one line, type in the name for your Lightning address. Drop a line, put the URL, drop a line and put the .com or .net, whatever it ends with. If it's Wallet of Satoshi, you can just put your Wallet of Satoshi username space WOS and I'll know that it's Wallet of Satoshi. All right, that said, today we're gonna be talking about Bitcoin wallets explained, and we're gonna do it hopefully in under 20 minutes, 15 minutes tops, no 20 minutes tops. I've made a diagram, it's gonna be good. So if you don't know how Bitcoin wallets work, you're in for a treat. You should watch this and learn from it. It's an overview. We're not going to get too into the weeds, but you're going to understand the concepts. That's what I want you to get today, okay? The concepts of what a Bitcoin wallet is and why we need to have them and what they mean and how they work on the network, okay? So that's what we're going to be covering today during the Why We Stack segment. But first, before we jump into the Why We Stack segment, let's get into, you know what's coming. Sat strength. Today, at the price of Bitcoin, at whatever price of Bitcoin is at, you can buy. Oh, I keep doing that, so let me move it over here this way. Bam. 2,896 Satoshis. I thought today maybe we could get to 3,000 sats plus per dollar, but no. Will we ever see 3,000 sats plus per dollar? I don't know. The point of highlighting this at the beginning of the show is to show you that over time, the trend is that you need more weaker dollars to buy the same amount of Bitcoin, okay? And if you don't know what a Satoshi is, let me explain that real quick. We do it every single episode. A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin, just like a penny is a fraction of a dollar. You need 100 pennies to make a dollar. And you need 100 million Satoshis to make a Bitcoin, okay? It's considered Bitcoin. It's still part of Bitcoin, okay? So it's a fraction of a Bitcoin. And why is that important? Why should you care? You should care because if you've thought about buying Bitcoin in the past and you looked at the price and you're like, geez, I can't commit $34,000, $34,533 for a single Bitcoin. I don't even know how it works. I'm trying to figure out how wallets work, bro. Why are you asking me to spend that much money on Bitcoin? No. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. That's the beauty of it. You can buy a fraction of a Bitcoin, right? You can start shielding your wealth from inflation a little bit at a time. Whatever you feel comfortable with. However much you've taken the time to learn about Bitcoin, the more you know about Bitcoin, the more comfortable you're going to get with it and realize that Bitcoin is not the risky asset. The risky asset is keeping your money in the dollar, right? Because as we all know, the money printers keep going and we keep printing money and you will be debased. Okay, let's go back to where we were before I get too off track here. So you can start buying the asset that is going to retain your value and shield it from inflation a little bit at a time, right? That's something that's new to humanity, right? Before, you'd have to save up to buy a big thing that can shield you a little bit from inflation, like buying property or buying assets like that, right? Well, in this case, you don't need to have a big pile of money to get started. You can start right away with as little as like $10, depending what the minimum fee is for your exchange. $10 will get you started on the Bitcoin path, and you'll start to own fractions of a Bitcoin. And eventually, your goal should be to get to at least one Bitcoin, right? But anyway, that's a little bit of the intro. That's what we do for the stat strength. Is we explain what a Satoshi is, why I should be accumulating them, and why we accumulate them here on the show. And that's why the show is called StackSats Show. It is a common phrase within the Bitcoin community to say stack sats. There wasn't a show called Stack Sats Show that I found, so I just figured make a Stack Sats show, and that's why we're here. Okay, the goal here is to show you that the value of that we're so early in this Bitcoin adoption phase that you can get a lot of satoshis before the big institutional money gets into it, and even if the big institutional money doesn't get into it, Bitcoin is still built in a way that it has it'll get more scarce as time goes on by the 4-year halving cycle. Okay, we're not going to talk about the halving cycle today. We've talked about it before on the show. Today we're going to talk about specifically how wallets work. But before we do that, let's just say you're walking down the street, minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all day you'll have how many? 28.92 satoshis. 28 satoshis. We'll call it 29 satoshis. Okay. Right now, for a single penny, you can buy 29 satoshis. That's how cheap it is. Okay. Don't ever tell me that Bitcoin is too expensive to get into. You can buy 29 satoshis for a single penny. Come on. Okay. When Bitcoin hits $1 million, and I say when, I don't know when it'll happen, but I'm pretty sure it will. When it hits $1 million, one satoshi will be equal to 1 penny. And you're going to look back on this very episode possibly and say, damn, I should have got in when it was 28 satoshis for a single penny. All right. That's the basics of it. That's our basic intro for the show, right? Then we immediately jump into the Why We Stack segment. Why We Stack. It's just a little inspirational music, okay? To talk about Bitcoin. And today we're gonna do a little bit different, something different. I'm not just gonna talk about Bitcoin. I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna teach you guys a little bit about how Bitcoin wallets work and what it means to have the seeds and the seed phrase and the keys and all this random stuff, right? Let's try to make some sense out of it for you, okay? I'm just gonna tell you enough to make you dangerous, okay? Enough for you to go ask questions and do research and look it up on your own. That's the goal here, okay? I want to inspire you to study Bitcoin because I know what I need to know about Bitcoin that has me convinced that Bitcoin is the best way to store value. But you might not have that conviction yet, right? So I'm just going to show you a little bit of information for that. Here we go. So let's start with this, okay? The Bitcoin network is a group, is a bunch of computer nodes, a bunch of computers, and I have them here represented by these 3 boxes. These 3 boxes is not just 3 Bitcoin nodes. Currently, the amount of Bitcoin nodes that are operating on the network are here based on the stats here. Let me see. Where is it? Where'd it go? Why can't I scroll? Did I die? Oh, refresh this. Oh, it's scrolling to the side. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Currently on the Bitcoin network, we have 16,949 reachable nodes, right? And at any time, oh, these are also Tor nodes here, so 10,000. Okay, so that's how many nodes are on the network right now that are available to reference, right? The Bitcoin ledger, the Bitcoin. What the heck is a Bitcoin ledger? Keep it real simple, guys. It's basically how we know where every single Bitcoin that ever existed is. Okay, Bitcoin cannot exist outside of an account, and that account is known as a wallet address. Okay, it's known as a wallet address on the Bitcoin network, and it's on the Bitcoin ledger. So think of the ledger as like an Excel sheet where we know that wallet address number 1 has 10 Bitcoin, and wallet address number 2 has 1 Bitcoin, wallet address number 3 has 0.05 Bitcoin, right? That might be us. That might be our show account, right? But every single node, every single one of these 16,928 nodes has a copy of the Bitcoin ledger, right? And so if you were to kill all of these computers and one survived, Bitcoin survives, okay? All of these computers, all of these Bitcoin nodes live all over the world in different countries, different jurisdictions, and some in big factories or some in big setups, some in people's homes, in a garage or something, right? In a closet somewhere, right? But they all have the same copy of the Bitcoin ledger, okay? And they cross-reference that ledger with each other every 10 minutes. so they can figure out if somebody's cheating, somebody's updating the thing, somebody's trying to mess around with different values. Okay, so for the sake of this example, I have it broken down by Satoshis and by Bitcoin. So this address, it's got what is it, 10 Bitcoin, right? And this address has got 100 million sats, so it's 1 Bitcoin, right? This address has got 5 million sats, so it's 0.05 Bitcoin, right? It's the same thing. It's just a way of talking about it. It's easier to say sats in some cases when you're talking about less than a Bitcoin, and it's easier to say Bitcoin when you're talking about more than a Bitcoin, because you could just say 1 or 2 Bitcoin instead of 200 million sats. Okay, all right. So that is the basics of it. Okay. So what is that? What is your wallet now? Your wallet is also listed on the Bitcoin network and on the ledger, and everybody, all the nodes on the network know how much Bitcoin is in that wallet. Okay. Now each wallet has a public key and a private key. Okay. The public key is used to receive Bitcoin, and you can make other public keys that are derived from your main public key, so you can receive Bitcoin. Think of a public key as an incoming, as an incoming routing number. If you're thinking about it in traditional banking system style, okay, it's like a routing number that you can use, but it's only used for incoming transactions. Okay, and on top of that, besides having your main routing number, your main public your main public ID, you can generate a new public incoming key every time you want to do a transaction. So that keeps you it keeps other people from knowing what your main public key is, right? All right, but you're not in danger of anything if your public key gets out, except for if somebody can link that key to you, they can know how much Bitcoin you're holding in that wallet. Okay, so but there's no risk of them pulling money from that, because in order to pull money from an account from a Bitcoin wallet, you can never pull. Those transactions are only pushes. Okay, you can only send out Bitcoin from a wallet. Sorry, you can only send out Bitcoin from a Bitcoin wallet. You can't pull from it. Okay, and that's very important, because no matter who has your public key, they can never pull any Bitcoin out of there with your public key. That's what makes it safe to share. Not your main public key, but maybe a derivative of your private key, like just an incoming address. So how does the Bitcoin network, how do the nodes know that you have approved a transaction, you have approved a push from your Bitcoin wallet to another Bitcoin wallet, right? Because you always got to send it to another Bitcoin wallet, because it can't land nowhere, right? The transaction would fail. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say that Leonard here in the chat is holding 10 Bitcoin here, and he is gonna send the show here at Wallet 3 with our 0.05 Bitcoin. He's gonna send us a whole Bitcoin. Okay. Well, Leonard would get on his device. Okay, what does a device do? What are we talking about? Okay, let's get on your device. When you set up your wallet, your device registers with the Bitcoin network. All it needs is an app, like a wallet app, and internet connectivity. It uses the internet to connect to to the Bitcoin network and say, hey, I'm a new user, I need a new wallet ID. And the Bitcoin network says, okay, cool. Here we go. We're going to establish that protocol connection and go through that setup. And in a few minutes, we'll say Matt. In a few minutes, Matt gets his wallet set up, and now his wallet gets a brand new public key on the Bitcoin network that all the nodes will know about in the next 10 minutes. And he gets a private key, right, that the Bitcoin network gives him as proof that he, in fact, created that account and he owns that account, and he'll be able to sign transactions going out of that account. Okay, so Matt, having done his due diligence and understands the Bitcoin network, he knows how important that private key is. So he takes that private key, and when the software sets up your wallet, it also gives you a way to recover this key. Okay, this key is like it's a hash, like a 256 hash, and it's really hard to remember, right? And there's no way to you can memorize it, but it would take a long time to memorize. It's like so many characters, right? So what the Bitcoin network does, knowing that it's hard to memorize a whole key like that, or also it's hard to write it down because you could make an error. It creates a way for us to remember things easily by using seed words, right? Or some people call it seed phrases or seed words. And so when you create your wallet, it creates your private key, and it also creates words that will give you the private key back if you were to lose it. Okay, so now you have two ways of gaining access to your account over here. Okay, and I know we said Matt, but let's just do this. This is be the show's account. So wallet number 3. Okay, we have 0.05 sats. Sorry, 0.05 Bitcoin. So in order for me to send anything out of my account, the Bitcoin network is going to say, hey, okay, we received your transaction, and we received your request to send out however much. We'll say Leonard. Leonard's going to send us a Bitcoin, right? We received your request to send a Bitcoin from this address, but you know what? Everybody knows that address ID, right? Everybody can look up because the whole ledger is public, so anybody can look up any address and claim to be pushing out one of your Bitcoin. How do we know that's you, Leonard? How do we know that's really you? Well, your signing device, your wallet app, is gonna have your private key encrypted in it, right? And it's gonna and when you say yes, put in my address as a receiver, and you go and send that one Bitcoin, it's gonna say, okay, here's the fees, and are you sure you want to send this? Sure. Click yes, and then it's gonna ask you in the background, the software is gonna authenticate with the Bitcoin network and send them your private key, right? And to prove that it's you, and you can actually send that one Bitcoin out. Okay. Now, that's cool, right? And it's cool to have a hot wallet, but it's even cooler to have a cold wallet. Okay. So we're going to jump into that next. And I'll explain the whole process of why the seed phrase is super important and what else you can do with it. Okay. But we're going step by step. If you're stuck at any point, you have any questions, put it in the chat. We'll address them towards the end when I'm done with this little presentation. Okay. So now, what about the security risk of somebody getting a hold of let's say Leonard's phone, right? He's got 10 BTC on here. We go to a baseball game. Someone knows he's got 10 BTC. He leaves his phone unattended, right? And it's unlocked for whatever reason, right? Maybe the timer on your phone is set to 10 minutes after the screensaver comes on before it needs to ask for your code to get into your phone, right? Then he walks away. The culprit will grab his phone, right? Open the app he uses to manage his Bitcoin and send himself some Bitcoin, right? Or even worse, let's say that this hot wallet lives on your computer, on a browser, right? And your computer gets hacked, right? And the culprit that hacked your computer can remotely push himself your Bitcoin because your signing phrase lives on that hot wallet. That's a danger of keeping your seed phrase or your private key on a hot wallet. Okay. Now you might say to yourself, well, I know it's called a wallet, and does that mean that my Bitcoin lives there? No, not necessarily. Your Bitcoin always lives on the ledger, right? Your private key, your wallet device, your cold wallet, all it's doing, it's storing a copy of it's storing your private key for you, so that you don't have to go and give the seed phrase every time you need to make a transaction on the Bitcoin network, right? So it's just an easier way to manage your wallet. So the next step here is to get your seed phrase that controls your wallet over to a cold wallet, right? So let's bring in the cold wallet over here, right? Boom. It's gonna work in different ways for different wallets, but in this case, we're just gonna use this little wallet that is representing my Blockstream Jade Bitcoin Orange that I just received, right? So, and we'll do a setup of this wallet later, maybe tomorrow or the next day, okay? Where I'm going to show you how we're actually going to set it up. This is what we're doing, and then we'll actually do the actual setup maybe tomorrow, okay? All right. So here, the app is still going to run on your phone, right? Or your desktop, and you're going to have your signing device. It could be this Blockstream Jade. It could be a Trezor. It could be a Cold Card. It could be whatever whatever hardware device that you feel comfortable using, right? And what's going to happen is we'll have to do two steps. Okay. First, I'm going to show you the scenario where you start from scratch and you set up a new wallet with the hardware signer. Okay. So instead, when you set up your network, when you set up your new wallet, instead of your seed phrase or your private key living on your device, ooh, let me put this in the back. Arrange, send to back. Now your private key lives on, well, I guess you could say your public key also lives there too. I crossed it up. I get distracted with all these fun toys. All right, here we go. But you still have, so now your public key and your private key, let's just move this out of the way for now, okay? Your private key now lives on the cold wallet, but you still need the app to make the actual transactions and to do the setup and to figure out who you're going to send it to and how much you have, right? So the app, all it does, it doesn't hold any Bitcoin for you. All it does is it goes to the Bitcoin network and says, "Hey, I'm looking for the balance of wallet address 1." Okay? And then it just reports it back. And it displays it for you in whatever format the developer wants you to see it in, right? Or whatever setup you have. Okay. So then what happens now when you need to make an outgoing transaction, you set up your transaction, you push it out, and then the software here is going to say, "Hey, I don't have the private key to prove that I can send out this Bitcoin. Can you temporarily connect your cold wallet, your signing device, so I can approve that transaction with the Bitcoin network," right? So now what's the benefit of that? The benefit of that is that if your phone gets left in the same scenario where you walk away from your phone, you're at the baseball park, you leave it in an unsafe area, somebody snatches it and opens it real quick while it's unlocked and tries to push out your Bitcoin, they're going to go through the whole process of getting their wallet ID in there and sending it out to themselves. But when it comes time to actually send it, the device won't be able to send it. It'll say, "Please sign on the hardware wallet. Please approve on the signing device." You'll get the prompt. And then that person will be like, SOL, because they won't have the signing device unless you also left your signing device there on the table, right? But each one of these can have a PIN number, like you would have a PIN number at an ATM, right? But that's that's the basics of how it works. Okay, so now in either scenario, whether you're doing a separate hardware signing device or if your private key lives on your hot wallet, I recommend you do a cold wallet always. Okay, in case for the reasons I just explained. Okay, but either way, whether you do a hot wallet or a cold wallet, when you set up your account, you're gonna get the option to choose a 12-word seed phrase or a 24-word seed phrase. I would recommend a 24-word seed phrase. I just got lazy typing it all out, but a 24 word seed phrase is safer. Okay, and so once you have that set up, the most important thing you have is this seed phrase or your seed words. Okay, your seed words are a way for you to restore this wallet or that wallet. Actually, you're not even restoring the wallet. What you're restoring is this. You're restoring the private key into whatever device you want to manage your Bitcoin wallet with. Okay, so let's just say we're gonna clone this guy with the beauty of technology here. Duplicate this thing. Okay. Boom. Let's say that you were on a boating trip, and you lost your signing device because for whatever reason you thought you were gangster and you're taking your signing device with you on a boating trip. Sorry, let me push this back. And so all you would have to do is buy the similar device that you originally had your wallet on. Open the management software that's linked to your wallet management software, and tell it, hey, I'm trying to sign in. It's gonna say, okay, do you want to start a new wallet or do you want to restore one? You say, oh, I want to restore one. Okay, cool. Would you want to restore the hardware wallet? Yes, I do. Okay, here we go. And then you give it. It's gonna ask you for your seed phrase right there, right? And now it's gonna go to the Bitcoin network and say, okay, I can run transactions now because I have the private key for that account. Okay, so that's why it's super important never to lose these 12 words or the 24 words, whatever you go with. Also, it's super important never to show these to anybody, right? You would never type it out like this in a computer. You would never take a picture of it, right? On your phone or anywhere. You would never put it in like an iTunes, Google Doc, Microsoft Azure, whatever you want to call it. OneNote. You would never put it on any web-enabled service, cloud service, because at that point you're negating even having a hardware wallet, right? If somebody could just skip all this stuff, not even have to go see you in person and steal your phone, they could just hack. You hear about it all the time. If like the iTunes like notes device gets hacked, right? Or like the Google has a leak. Somebody could find, or maybe you just even have your Google Docs set up where it's public by mistake, right? Somebody can just go on there and without having to even be in the same vicinity as you, they can just go in there and find your seed phrase, recover your wallet on one of their devices, right? And send themselves Bitcoin to a different wallet that you don't have control over, and that's how you lose your Bitcoin, right? And that's not and that's not an issue with the Bitcoin network. That's not an issue with the way the Bitcoin works. That's an issue with the way you understood it and the way you stored your seed. Okay, so if you leave it with anything today, the most important thing to remember is to keep your seed phrase safe, and I guess I would say analog, right? In a place where you know it's not going to get lost or stolen or even viewed by anybody but yourself. A secret place that's safe, right? The guys over at Simply Bitcoin recommend stamping it on a seed plate, which is really cool. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought these little things. Let me go big screen real quick. Bam. It's a 36-piece die set with letters and numbers, and you can stamp any piece of metal, right? I know it's kind of a hack there, but we're going to be doing that for the show demo account. Okay, we're going to be doing that. I'm obviously not going to show my seed phrase, but I'm going to show you the whole process of setting it up. Okay. All right. So that is the basics of Bitcoin wallets. I know it was a lot for a luncheon, but if you have any questions, put it in the chat. Now it's time for the stack recap. This is where we go over our position for the show. Here on the show, we don't just talk about buying Bitcoin and stacking sats. We stack sats every day, every weekday, Monday through Friday, 12:15 Pacific Standard Time, 3:15 Eastern. We sit here and we buy sats under the following conditions. When the price of Bitcoin is below our average buy price, we buy a double stack, which is $10. If the price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price, we just buy $10. And if the price of Bitcoin ever hits below our lowest buy price of $25,151.41, we will do a quadruple stack, a $40 stack. And just in the next few days, well, when we hit episode 100, if we can get 10 concurrent viewers during the 100th episode of the Stack Sats show, I will do a $1,000 stack for the show. Okay, right now We've stacked so far $1,592. The Bitcoin we're holding is currently worth $1,964. But that's not important, guys. The only thing that's important is that your Satoshi count number goes up, that your Bitcoin number goes up, that the amount of Satoshis, the amount of Bitcoin you have in your own self-custody cold storage wallet keeps going up. That's the most important part. Okay. So with that said, today we're going to be stacking $10 and it's time. It's time to stack some sats. Here we go. Oh, where'd it go? All right. We're going to use Swan Bitcoin to stack sats today. We're going to buy $10 worth of Bitcoin. Let me get this preview going and I will be right back with the actual purchase. Here we go. Let's get a screenshot real quick. Bam. Save. Okay. I have my screen saved. Here. Today is episode 96. All right, so next Tuesday is gonna be episode 90. It's gonna be episode 100. 96. And if we get 10 concurrent viewers, we had 10 concurrent viewers yesterday. That was I got scared. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get me off the screen so I can make the actual purchase. Here we go. We're buying. Cut the music first. Cut the music. Drum roll, please. We're buying $10 worth of Bitcoin. It's gonna cost us 10 cents. We're adding to our stack every day, Monday through Friday. Doesn't matter what the price of Bitcoin. If the price of Bitcoin goes up, we buy $10 every day. If the price of Bitcoin goes down, we buy $10 every day, right? The DCA for the show could be different than yours, and that's okay. Just stick to your DCA, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you don't know what a DCA is, it means dollar cost average. It means you're trying to buy Bitcoin. It doesn't matter what the price is. That's going to keep you from getting manipulated by the market maker, buying high, selling low, because you get afraid of losing money, or you fear of missing out, fear and greed, right? The way to avoid that is to just stack sats regularly on whatever schedule you feel comfortable with, depending on how comfortable you feel with Bitcoin, how much you've studied Bitcoin. And so that's what we do. All right. So we've stacked. And when we stack, we chill. And now it's time to update the spreadsheet. All right. We're gonna update the spreadsheet real quick, guys, and then Matthew, did you get my lightning address? It's too long to paste in chat. No, oh no, it's not a. I'll show you, Matt. Give me a second. We're gonna update the spreadsheet, and then I'm gonna show you how to do it. Here we go here. Boom. Okay. November. Just like that. It's November. The price of Bitcoin we got today is $34,686. We spent $10.10. So we're gonna add the fee to what it cost us to get this Bitcoin, and we yielded 28830. 28,830 Satoshis going into our bag for the show. Let's see. Yep. Slow and steady, 123. Slow and steady wins the race. Yep. There it is. Just like that. 5.7 million Satoshis. Dang. You got 5 whole friends. Right? I posted on your show, Twitter, bro. All 5 of my friends saw it. Let's go, Matt. Round of applause for our live studio audience for Matt. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for being in here, McLovin. You guys are awesome. Leonard in the house. That's cool. All right. Okay. Matt, I know you're probably messing with me, but if you have a Lightning wallet, if you're using Wallet of Satoshi, for example, I know Wallet of Satoshi is not, it's not self-custody. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Actually, talk about self-custody, the difference between self-custody and hosted custody wallets. Okay, but real quick, let's review that real quick since I have the map up. Okay, real quick since we're here. Okay, in this scenario, right? You can. Oh, you know what? I'll make a different chart because we're gonna expand on this. We'll expand on this week, or if not next week. Okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, I'm convinced all my Twitter followers are bots, huh? There's a lot of bots out there, for sure, Matt. But you know what? I think I'm following you now, and I'm terrible at Twitter. I'm trying to learn the platform more. Even though I've been on Twitter since like, I don't know, 2010 maybe. I just never used it. But plus I've done different things throughout my life where like my topic changes, I guess, on the platform. So I guess that throws people off, right? But yeah. So here we go, Matt. Oops. Wallet of Satoshi. Bam. Receive. Bam. And you're gonna have a name right there. Okay. You don't have to send this, which is like a crazy long number that doesn't fit on there. All you gotta send is whatever Wallet of Satoshi username they gave you here. It's a randomly generated one. Mine is freelarch84 at Wallet of Satoshi. So if you have a Wallet of Satoshi, you can do that. Or if you don't have a Wallet of Satoshi, if you're using any other wallet, it should have a LN address. It looks like an email address. Okay. I'll know all but 2 followers are bots. That's so funny. That's so funny. Cool. All right, boys. If you have any questions, put in the chat. Most of you guys are Bitcoin experts. And the address is too long. The LN address is too long. We'll put it in segments. It's not a. You know how like when you say copy here, it's gonna give you a really long address. It's basically an invoice. That's not what we need. We just need the LN address, the Lightning address here. That one is not an invoice address. That one actually I can type in any number I want to send you, right? When you do an invoice one, there we go. It's going to give you like a specific QR code, right? We'll give you a couple minutes to try to figure it out. If not, we can do it tomorrow. But yeah, Wallet of Satoshi, hit receive. And then that URL right there, that email address, username, sorry, word, number, space, WS in the chat. I'll send you 1,000 sats. Okay. That is the deal that I have struck. I don't know when I'll stop giving out sats, guys. You know, maybe when we get to 100 subscribers. Dude, you guys see the subscriber count went crazy yesterday. Went crazy. Everybody left though, but yeah, it's all good. I think everybody was excited about getting sats. Anyway, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I'll see McLovin, Matthew, on Simply in the morning, on Simply Bitcoin in the morning, and then I'll catch Leonard and the rest of the gang here at 12:15 Pacific Standard Time, 3:15 Eastern. When we do. Oh, perfect. There you go, Matthew. All right, send it on X right now, and I'll send it right now during the show so people can see that I've actually sent it. Carl in the house. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Carl. What up, Carl? Good to see you in here. But did you stack though? But did you stack? Okay. But did you stack, Carl? All right, I'm gonna get on his. Can we get on X real quick? Boom, boom, boom. Fridays are stacked. Oh, I like it. I like it. A man with a plan right there. A man with a plan. If you were stacking with us since the show started, you're probably up, you know, like we're at, if you're new to Bitcoin and I convinced you to start stacking with us back in May, you know, you're up 23%, right? It's pretty wild, right? If you started stacking with us like in August, you're up like 30%, which is crazy, right? But don't get excited. Don't let the numbers trick you. Don't sell it for what Bitcoin University says. Don't sell it for melting ice cubes. Hold on to that Bitcoin forever, okay? Because the money printing don't stop, and it's gonna keep getting more valuable as the money printer continues. All right, so Matt, I don't see a Lightning wallet on your URL. Oh, wait. I see a money thing. Give me a second. Money. Got it. I'll give you tips. Oh, you do have a... Okay. Can I send it through? Let's see. I think that's just money. I'm struggling. If you use a wallet of Satoshi, it's pretty quick. Maybe do you have a Lightning app? If you don't have a Lightning app, that might be the issue, because we're not talking about a regular transaction over the what's called on-chain Bitcoin network. We're talking about a Lightning transaction over the Lightning network. It's still Sats. I'm up 20%. Let's go. Let's go, Carl. It's gonna keep going up forever. All right, cool. All right, I'm ready, Matt. When you set up wallet of Satoshi, I'll send it over to you. Oh, Moon has Lightning. Okay. Let me see how Moon works real quick. I wonder if you can send me an invoice. Do I have? You know what, Matt? I'm gonna learn the Moon wallet. That way, I'll know how to send it on there. I mean, it shouldn't matter. How does the Moon address work? That's where in the Q&A section. Here we go. Stream crypto. I need to get a Moon wallet. Figure it out how to do it on that. But you should not have the same wallet software in order for it to work. It's still going to operate over the Lightning network, except for there would be like a couple of sats of a fee to send over different carriers, I guess you could say, or servers. Wallet of Satoshi. Let's go. While Matt's getting his wallet of Satoshi set up, do understand, guys, that a Lightning wallet like wallet of Satoshi is not self-custodial. So you do not have the seed phrase for those wallets, okay? Which means the Bitcoin or the Satoshis that are in there are not really yours, because if wallet of Satoshi decides to pull the rug on you, you don't have the seed phrase to recover the keys to that wallet. So you have no control over those sats. Okay. You have control over the sats because you can log into their app and the app lets you do it. But if they decide to rug us, there goes your sats that are in wallet of Satoshi. That's why it's important to not have your main stack on the wallet of Satoshi or any other non-custodial wallet like that. Okay. We use wallet of Satoshi for the sake of simplicity, for the sake of availability, and because it's easy to set up, easy to use. So I have about $8 worth of Satoshis in there. I have 23,000 sats in my wallet now. I try to keep more than that in there, like about $30, in case I ever stumbled across the godly street vendor that decides to take Lightning sats for whatever they're selling. If they're selling pies, tamales, tacos, ice cream, I will spend my whole wallet of Satoshi balance on whatever they're selling, because I want to support them and show them that I'm thankful for them using the Lightning Network to receive funds like that. I only use Moon to try it to Orange. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Exactly. That's cool. That's what I do with Wallet of Satoshi. It's to Orange Pill normies. But Moon Wallet should still be able to give you a LN address, a Lightning Network address. Interesting. Yeah, if it doesn't, it's okay. We'll figure it out. All right. If you got the wallet of okay, that's my Lightning address for a wallet. Oh, that is? Okay. Okay, so when you type in the @ and the .com, it's gonna, YouTube removes it before I even see it. So you gotta type in just the username and the numbers. So for example, mine is freelarge84 at walletofsatoshi.com. Just type in freelarge84 space WOS. So I know it's for Wallet of Satoshi. Here we go. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. 1,000 sats. Matthew. Everybody in the chat has received 1,000 sats so far. So if you're watching the replay, come back. There you go. Oh, that's interesting, McLovin. Here we go. McLovin's trying to game the system so we can have a custom URL on Wallet of Satoshi. So I'm gonna send him some sats. McLovin, send all these back. Okay? I'm trusting you. I'm trusting a guy on the internet that goes by McLovin. Here we go, McLovin. I'm gonna send you some sats. I'm gonna hit send. Bam. I'm gonna type in McLovin's address. Cord 67. What? Carl, you don't have a wallet? You have a wallet? I've sent you 1,000 sats before. All right, McLovin, here we go. I'm trusting McLovin on the internet right now. Look at 10,000 sats going out to McLovin, so he can step up his so he can show more transactions on his Lightning wallet. Here we go. I got you, bro, is what gonna be the message, okay? I got you, bro. Here we go, McLovin. 10,000 sats. Better send those back. I trust you, McLovin. How can you not trust a man named McLovin? Here we go. Bam! 10,000 sats sent over the Lightning Network, just like that. Nobody had to give me permission to do that. Nobody had to give McLovin permission to do that. We just did it. I just sent them $3 worth of value over the internet, right? Value over IP, right? Value over space and time, right? It's crazy, right? It's crazy. To move the coin off Swan. Oh, okay. Oh, got it. That's not a Lightning address, Carl. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. And if you missed that episode, I can get a call with you and set you up, dude. Okay? Because that's super important. Once you get to a certain amount of Bitcoin on the exchange, as soon as your Bitcoin transaction clear, as soon as the funds that bought you that Bitcoin clear on your exchange, you should be able to withdraw it, and you should withdraw that to your private self-custody wallet. Okay. All right. Oh, Matthew's in the house. Matthew's got it. Here we go. McLovin, my Lightning address is on the screen. It's Roman at stacksatshow.com. I got fancy with it, dude. I made a LN redirect, I think it's called, Lightning address redirect, to get fancy with it. But it'll come back to this one. All right. Meanwhile, I'm gonna send Matt 1,000 sats. Here we go. I got Patient Pond. Okay, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Patient Pond 38. Patient Pond 38 at walletofsatoshi.com. All right. 1,000 sats. I'll say welcome to Stack Sats. show, exclamation point, exclamation point. All right, Maddie, here we go. 1,000 sats going out to Matt. Patient Pond, 38. Patient, P-A-T-I-E-N-T, Pond. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And just like that, confirm if you received it. And it's beautiful the way it works. It's so fast. There it is. Payment received. It's so fast, dude. I'm telling you. It's awesome. Let's go. McLovin. Very cool. McLovin sent me back 1,000 sats. McLovin, I sent you 10,000, bro. I need another 9,000. All right. If you enjoyed this show, if you enjoyed this episode, come back tomorrow. We'll be here stacking sats, giving away sats. I hope you can spread the news, guys. This guy's crazy over here giving away sats. 1,000 sats. What's it called? 1,000 sats for our new subscribers to get you started, right? You guys, most of you guys already know about Bitcoin. Most of you guys already know how to use Lightning wallets. But if someone is new, I want them to have 1,000 sats to play with. Okay, so let me know how. Let me invite your friends, invite people that maybe you're trying to orange pill to get a little bit of a different perspective for the process. And again, I try to do a little bit at a time, right? A little knowledge at a time, not to overwhelm. Today was a little bit dense, but I'll keep it going. Okay, so we'll see you guys. Spell out your address. I can't see on my phone. Okay, cool. Here we go. McLovin. We got let's see. Roman at stacksatshow.com. Let's see if it lets me do it. Did it go? Can you guys see what I typed in? Roman at stacksatshow.com. I put spaces between the A's and the thing. All right. Very cool. So who was that from McLovin? The 1,000? That's awesome. Oh yeah, dude. All right. If you get we need to start doing that for each other. If you guys want to figure out how to get a custom URL on the wallet of Satoshi, you guys can send each other sats back and forth to get that initial requirement up. All right, boys. Wrapping it up. McLovin, just send it whenever you get a chance. And if you, there it is. I got a stat. Let's go. Who sent me a sat? Who sent me a stat just now? That's so funny. So, is that McLovin? Is McLovin gonna send me? Was it? Yeah, it worked. It worked. McLovin's gonna send me 9,000 sats one at a time. Make my phone blow up. Let's go. All right. Yeah, but that worked, McLovin. That's awesome, dude. I'm telling you guys, how cool is that, right? And like, you don't need to have like a third party, like a Venmo or like a PayPal or like a credit card company or a bank account trying to like get in there, you know? No, you owe me $8,999. $8,999, right? Because you already sent me 1,000. Oh, that was somebody else. Did someone else send me 1,000? I got 1,000 that said reward unlocked. That was from McLovin, right, McLovin? And then you sent me one sat, right? So you don't need to send 999. You need to send 8,999. 8,999. Or else you're gonna give me an extra 1,000. Choo. All right, boys. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stack some sats, boys. We're getting close to 1,000. So we're getting close to episode 100. Remember, next Tuesday, if we get 10 concurrent viewers, I'll stack $1,000 instead of 100. So we're gonna be stacking big time next week. Okay. All right, guys. You guys have a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, what is it? Smoking is bad for your health, and saving in dollars is bad for your wealth.